Maybe you grew up in an environment where performance was everything, where if someone was better than you, somehow you were worth less. Is the same true for humanity as a whole? And if AI systems get much more capable than us, is that going to diminish our value as human beings? Would God love us less?
Written in historical records, documented in Tacitus and Josephus. For those who don't believe us, check the marks of architecture written on a fetus. Neural nets and error correcting codes complete us.
Chaos theory.
Reality.
I think a fear of many is that if AI systems rise to our level and even surpass us, that will somehow devalue us as human beings because we will have intelligent systems that are more capable than us. But if you're a Christian, I will say that there have always been non-human intelligent systems that are more capable than us. Those are angelic beings. But that doesn't devalue us as humans. If we're just looking at mechanical systems, right? Calculators can do math better than us. Plows can dig furrows better than us. Does that lessen our value as humans? I would argue that not, because our value as humans is not based on what we do, it's based on who we are. Because as the unique image bearers of God in creation, our worth is intrinsic. It's not based on what we do, right? If it were based on what we do, if it were based on our functionality, then we would have to argue that a beautiful newborn baby is less of an image bearer than we are, because a newborn baby has less functional capabilities than an adult human. Furthermore, we would have to argue that those with disabilities bear the image of God less. And so these are not conclusions that I think we want to come to. So the image of God cannot be based solely on functionality. So what is it based on? Well, Jesus gave us a clue when he was asked whether or not it was lawful to pay taxes to Rome. So if you remember his answer, he said, "Bring me a coin. Whose name and whose image are on the coin?" Now, the coin had the name and the image of Caesar. And what is a name? A name is representative. And so the name points to Caesar, but it is not like Caesar. It's not similar to Caesar. An image, on the other hand, is both representative and similar. So the image on the coin points to Caesar. It represents Caesar, but it's also, if you kind of squint, it kind of looks like Caesar. And so the image of God means that we are both representative of God in creation, and we are also similar to our Creator in many aspects. So what if we only had the similarity aspect, but we didn't have the representation aspect? That would be similar to the man on the moon. So the moon, if you squint just right, looks like it has a face on it, right? But we wouldn't say that there is an image of a man on the moon because the image needs to be representative. This is just a semblance, right? It's a similarity to the face of a man if you look at it just right. Okay, so what does that mean for our AI systems? Well, AI cannot replace man spiritually because AI is made in our image. It's made in man's image, Adam's image, not in God's image. And AI is only similar. It is not representative. So it doesn't represent in the same way that we are image bearers, right? It is essentially just a copy of a copy. And you know that when you make copies of copies, usually something is lost in that process. And so spiritually, we're not going to be displaced or replaced by AI systems anytime soon. And so now we can answer our question. AI cannot replicate and replace humans, either functionally because we have capabilities that are distinct from AI systems, economically because there will always be more work to do and more systems to investigate than there are workers or AI systems to investigate them, or spiritually because our worth is rooted in our relation to God. It is not rooted in our functional capabilities. So that wraps up our series on whether AI will replicate and replace humans, either functionally, economically, or spiritually. If you haven't checked out the other 2 videos in the series, please do. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, because that will let YouTube know to recommend videos like this to you in the future. And it will also make it more likely that this particular video will be recommended to others. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That will help my channel grow, and it will also allow you to know when I drop new videos in the future. If you really want to know, you can click the little bell icon. That will allow a notification to pop up on your device. God bless and thank you.
Chaos theory.